you guys need any cheap coins, then head over to thefootshop.com. They're the cheapest I have found right now. And if you want to open packs online, bet with coins, or play some games, then you need to check out utcoinbets.com. Discount code Kurt gets you 5% off at both. If you guys need any Black Ops 3 accounts with all the DLC weapons or GTA 5 cash on any console, then check out buyprestigemaster.com. And if you use code Kurt at checkout, you get an extra 5% off. What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to a brand new FIFA 16-15 kind of mix video. I know, what on earth is going on today, boys? We're going to be looking at the team of the season most consistent and how they have changed from last year to this year. Previous years, I've got like graphics up and gone back through like the last few FIFAs, but I feel like my channel's evolved from that. And now I feel like we need to be looking at gameplay and looking at the actual squad. And I thought it'd be really interesting to look back at FIFA 15 in just 1 year difference to see how these players that have had an amazing season this year, how much they've changed in one season. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see me do this for future team of the seasons as well. I thought it'd be really fun to look through like BPL, Bundesliga, BBVA. I think some of them, like the Bundesliga, might not be too many changes over a year, but I think the BPL, there's so many breakthrough players this year that it'll be really exciting to look back through how players have changed in 1 year. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see me do that. So I'm building it on FIFA 15 now, but I'm going to be simultaneously showing you guys the FIFA 15 and 16 cards and the squad in FIFA 16. So this is probably going to take me quite a lot of work to edit, so if you guys could smash that like button, that would be absolutely fantastic. I've got like things up on all my screens so I can track everything that's going on. But first up, in goal, we have Julio Cesar. Now, I tried to buy all of these players on FIFA 15 to make sure there was 2 or 3 that were extinct, but we'll get to them as we go along. This is going to be a long video. Settle in for the ride. Let's go. First up, we have Julio Cesar. The guy, his current team of the season now has 91 diving, 90 reflexes, 85 handling. You can see the stats. That's a big boost on every single one. Obviously, his normal card is not too much different, but that's a big boost for his team of the season. It's quite a big difference for a card, but he's probably one of the ones that hasn't really changed because he's been around so long. Next up, we have Marcel Schmelzer at left back. This guy, I don't know why I'm searching for concept because I have everyone in my squads. We'll go for Marcel Schmelzer at left back. Again, he's had a nice little increase this year, but last year he was a non-rare gold. Not the best stats, not at all. Weak foot and skill moves are terrible. Probably not really the sort of card that you'd want to be using too often. So it's a pretty average card indeed last year. Next up, we have Jimenez. This is a guy that has changed a ton over the last year. This year has been his first real breakthrough season. For FIFA 15, he had a silver non-rare card. Comparing that now to his 86 team of the season, that is some enormous changes. And in my opinion, that really is a big difference. And now, of course, he's getting a strong link with Godin, which is pretty darn cool. Next up, we have, I believe it's like, I don't know if it's Simon or Simon, and it's Kjær. I honestly have no clue on the pronunciation of his name, so I'm just going to say Kjær. I could be wrong, but nonetheless, I think he was playing in the Serie A 2 years ago, but then he was at Fenerbahce. I believe this move was at the end of last season. That's obviously where he's had the fantastic season. Now, again, he's got a little bit of a boost with his normal FIFA 16 card, and then this 87 rated team of the season looks fantastic in comparison. 72 pace, 89 defending, good physical, a really solid player. Now, I wanted to put Bufferini here, but as you're going to see in a second, he's just not on the game. Well, he is actually. He's got a thing there, but when you search, there's no items available. So Bufferini technically isn't on the game, even though he's in the search. Very odd, but he's not actually. Was never on FIFA. I guess it's maybe they didn't have the license for where he was playing. So we're going to go for Virgil van Dijk. I'm not sure how much you guys know about him. Obviously, he's at Southampton now. I'm going to load up the concepts real quick just to show. He was at Celtic last season, and he had a fantastic year and actually got a Team of the Season card at Celtic, most consistent. So it's crazy that 2 years in a row he's got himself a Team of the Season most consistent. But this was his card's base stats there, and it was a rare 75 rated, sorry, with 70 pace. Pretty average card, but it's really cool to see that he's had such an amazing season for Southampton. Next up, we have Quincy Promes. This guy, I feel like he seems to pop up a lot, but he wasn't really that big of a player last year. He actually had 2 cards, though. This Inform one was actually extinct. I don't know if it still is, and I've only just realised I still had it in my club. I had some really cool extinct players at the end of last year. So that was his Inform, but I guess it kind of makes sense to not use the Inform card just so I can show you guys what their original stats were like. So anyway, as I was saying, this is what his card looked like. incredibly average. Comparing it now, he's got a 10 pace increase, 12 more in his shot. His physical and dribbling are way better. Looks like a much better card this year. Next up in central midfielder, there's a lot of midfielders to choose from, but I will include some on the bench. I haven't really gone for any silvers, I'm afraid, guys, so sorry about that, but these are just the gold team of the seasons. But next up we have N'Golo Kante. Now I really wanted to include this guy in here. He was a 72 rated silver, but no matter how hard I try, I could not fight. Okay, of course, as I say that, I spent the last 3 days trying to buy this guy. We'll just go for the Leicester version of him. I'll spend 5k, it doesn't matter. Obviously, he was in the French league at the start of the season, but they picked him up. Just such an average card. And it makes me think, like, right now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to load up Foothead, and I'm going to go to FIFA 16 players. We're going to put in central midfielders, silver, French, and now I'm just going to pick a random player. We're going to go for Enzo Real. The guy's a 69 rated 23-year-old French guy playing in Liga 2. For all we know, next season he could be winning the Premier League with Burnley or Stoke or to anyone. That's how crazy this N'Golo Kante thing is. I show you that and you'd be like, well, that's ridiculous. Well, he had a 72 rated card. Just look at the card he has now. It's unbelievable. 88 team of the season. It is stuff like that. I think is absolutely fantastic, and I'm so happy for just reasons like that about Leicester. It just makes it so fantastic. But nonetheless, we're going to go on to Marquisio next. This is a guy who obviously has been great throughout the years. He's a fantastic player. I mean, in this game, he's like 30 years old now, but he's a fantastic player, and his stats haven't really changed too much throughout the seasons. Next up, we have Sergio Busquets, who I thought got a team of the season card last year, but obviously he didn't, because I was looking through and he's just got one inform and then his normal card. So pretty cool that he's got his team of the season this year, and it's a really decent card. Nice to get a 90 rated Busquets, because normally I would never find a reason to use him. A guy with 56 pace, like that card looks so, that's an 85 rated card and it looks rubbish. So I'm kind of glad that this 90 rated card is so sick for his team of the season. Next up, he's left mid on his team of the season card, but on this one, it's actually a little bit different. I believe he has a right wing card here. He does have a cam substitute one, but I couldn't find it on the market, so I just have this right wing Fulham card. So obviously, Brian Ruiz at the start of last season was playing at Fulham. He's now playing in Portugal now, and he's got that 85 team of the season. It's crazy to think that Fulham, imagine some of these players they could have kept. I know he wasn't playing too well there, but there's so many sick players that have played for Fulham through the years that would have been really useful. Next up, we have Ross McCormack, another player that's Fulham, really. I mean, he's got the transfer from Leeds last year, and he's been fantastic for Fulham, and he's had another really good season, and of course got into the team of the season most consistent. But a silver card that just bangs in the goals. Fantastic little player, and it's really interesting to see that we've somehow got a strong link of Fulham players in what was the team of the season. So Fulham, you've done a good job the last 2 years getting some consistent players. It's a shame you're not doing too well in the league. Anyway, onto the bench, we have Moussa Dembele to start off with. Moussa Dembele is one of my favourite players that plays for Tottenham. I know it's not something you'd ever hear me say, but he's one of those few players that in like the last 5 years, again, now that I think about it, it's ex-Fulham. What is it with Fulham? Anyway, he's one of the few players in the last few years at Spurs that I do actually like. There's not many players I do like, but Dembele, I'm a big fan of his. And he's got a really good card. He always has a great card on FIFA, and it's a brilliant team of the season as well. Next up, we have Veltman. What fantastic name this is. I assume it's Joel Veltman is the one. He was a 75 rated card last season, non-rare. What an average card that is. I'm sure he'll get a nice upgrade next year, but his 84 team of the season is pretty decent as well. Next up, we have this guy, and it's safe to say that his team of the season card is not too sucky. Yeah, don't make that pun ever again. But anyway, he was a 73 rated silver centre-back, which looked pretty decent. A pretty OP centre-back, to be completely honest with you. 76 pace, 82 defending, 80 physical. Apparently, I played 14 games with him in my club last season as well, which is interesting. I had no memory of him, but compared to his card now, it's pretty decent. It's such a good card. Next up, we have Djorkaeff. This is a player that I feel like I hear about constantly. Alan Djorkaeff. It's crazy to me to see like the movement he's had around. Now last year he had a 79 attacking mid, an 80 left mid, and then an 81 CDM. This year he's done exactly the same thing, like cam left mid to CDM. If we look at his CDM card now, guys, it'll be on the screen. His stats have changed like dramatically. Like his stats then, like for a CDM, it's crazy. You have to be playing him in cam now. Like imagine having 80 pace, 83 shooting, 87 passing, 85 dribbling. He's perfect for a central attacking mid. So definitely, if you ever get him, make sure you move him up the pitch. But next up, we have Pizarro. And probably not the Pizarro that you will think about. I believe it's Guido Inzaro. And this guy, Pizarro, sorry. And he was a 69 rated centre mid with literally just the most average stats. The guy's like 26 years old. It's not like he suddenly just burst onto the scene, but he's now got an 83 rated team of the season with some ridiculously sick stats. So really cool one there. I like it when players kind of just make an unusual like kind of rise. And this one is really sick too. Funes Mori, it's not the Funes Mori you think of. You guys obviously know Funes Mori at centre-back at Everton. Well, his brother is a striker, and he's having a fantastic time. Now, again, this was the case the other day. I couldn't find a single version of him on the market. There still isn't one. He's extinct at the moment, but still, I think it's so interesting again to have that 70 rated card, completely average, 75 pace, 70 dribbling, 70 shot, and he's now got 80 pace, 85 shots, such sick stats for a striker, and looks really cool. Next up, we have Ilicic or Ilcic. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's I probably am pronouncing it wrong. It's probably like Ilicic or so. I honestly don't have a clue. I don't know how to say Slovenian names. But he had a centre forward card at Fiorentina at the start of last season. He's gone up 9 ratings for his team in the season. But the stats very average there, and it's a very big improvement for a player. Next up, we have Benny Feilhaber. I'm almost certain, I think we'll see in a second, that this dude actually had a team of the season last year. I'm pretty sure this is a team of the season card right there. But this was his standard card. Again, a very average silver card. I think I used him a bit last year. I used him for 5 games. Bizarre that I've used so many of these players actually, like last year. It's pretty cool. But Benny Feilhaber, you look at him now, he's got an 83 rated card, every stat over 72. Back here, he only was just getting stats over 72. They were like no more than 2 over at any point. So pretty cool to see he's had such an improvement. And last but most certainly not least, we have like a goalkeeper that's really sort of coming into the scene lately. It's got a bit of a ridiculous name, but Alphonse Areola is a fantastic player. And again, he's another one that's silver, coming from the French league. Is it second? Oh, Bastia first division. They might have got relegated last year. I think they may have done. I could be wrong. French fans, sorry if I got it wrong. But he's gone from that 72 rated card to he's having a fantastic time at Villarreal with an 85 rated card. Pretty darn decent, if I say so myself. So now, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try and put the teams side by side. I tried to put everyone in the same sort of position. Maybe my head will be in the middle. I don't know how we're going to get this to work, but it's crazy to me to see how much some of these players have changed, and I think even more so we're going to be the case for the BPL team of the season and maybe a few others. So let me know in the comments down below, boys. Would you like to see me do more like this in the future with all the other team of the seasons? There's 15 Tots supposed to be coming out the next few weeks. We've already done 3, but there's still 12 more to go. So let me know in the comments down below. If you'd like to see more, smash that like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to this channel if you're new around here. Have a fantastic day, guys. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.